Hello and welcome to Build with Jones. Today we are starting a brand new series where we are going to try to recreate great parts of Northern Zealand in Denmark. We are going to start up with the city of Allerød. Right here we see the Allerød North interchange. Make sure you can come from Copenhagen to Allerød and from Hillerød to Allerød, which none of them we have actually built yet, so it's hard to imagine. We have already built the interchange here, as you can see, and now we just need to start building a road network before we actually start placing anything else. So let's just start by building down to the roundabout. I need a slower road, 50 kilometers an hour with a median. But I only have one with 70 kilometers an hour, so what I do is just rename this road. Then I put down the speed limit to 50 kilometers an hour. Then say generate zoning blocks because we want zoning on the side of this road. And then the tool actually works that way. You can actually add a lane if you want to, and you can remove it and you can make it smaller, the lanes, or bigger. It's all up to you. It gives a lot of flexibility with road building. Now we have gotten to the roundabout. I'm about to place a last roundabout here, just as actually are here in real life. I placed a little side road here. I'm gonna delete it again, but just so we can accurately place the roundabout here. There we go. Now we have a roundabout, and we're gonna. Okay, we'll try that again. We're just gonna let this road stay. The game doesn't want me to delete it, so you're gonna guess this way for this time at least. Now we're going to get a new road type. I've made a lot of these beforehand. This is the one we're going to need. It is a little wider road because we're starting to get into the actual town. So we're just going to place this right on here and take it all the way down to just about where the roundabout is. There we are. We're actually going to place some trees here because if you want to have like a grassy terrace, you have to make the road a lot more wide than it actually is in reality. So we're just gonna do the next best thing, and we're going to place some birch trees. There we are. Just take our line tool here and see how much spacing that actually is. I think we might need a little less than that. 15 should be fine, and we're just going to anarchy this in place. Actually looks fine, so we're just gonna live with that. Roundabout is gonna be here, so we're just going to make this road a little longer. I think we're gonna use this right here. And we're going to place a last roundabout. And we're going to delete a few trees. Yeah, okay. I don't know what happened there. I think we're just gonna make this segment a little longer. Because the game doesn't like me at the moment, but let's see if we can work together with it. Roundabout here. I'm actually gonna, because I think I'm gonna move this road a bit, so I'm going to make another connection here, the roundabout, so I can actually delete this, and we're gonna have to put in a new road in just a minute. This will take some time. We're just gonna have to meander the road down here, and we need to get this quite accurate so we actually can try to build the houses in the right places a little later in this episode. So we have a few intersections now, so that's perfect. We have 3 more intersections before we're like done with this road. We can just rename this. This is what it's called Rønneholtparkvej. We're going to try to build the western suburban part, which is about here, and it might not be that big of an area, but because we have to take into consideration, we have to get these roads as close to reality to like actually fit the right amount of houses in, and it won't be perfect. I'll just give you a quick sneak peek over here. I've placed all the house assets we have in the game here, and most of them are way too big to actually fit inside this little neighborhood. So I've placed the houses here, which I actually think I might be able to fit in the neighborhoods. So these are the assets I'm gonna use, and like, yeah, there's a lot of different assets, but not all of them looks like houses actually do in this area of Denmark. So we just have to live with a bit of imperfection. There are actually supposed to be a tunnel here in real life, but yeah, I'm not sure we can I can try to make this happen a little later, but it's not gonna be easy because the game doesn't like such very low tunnels. And this is how it's gonna be. Then we're at our shelter about here, and now we actually have the bus stop that we actually have in real life in the city. So now we're just gonna start building out the road for these suburban quarters and build the road layouts. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, as we can see now, we have actually built out a good part of the Tunet, and then other parts of Havebovej, and that's perfect because it's really hard to actually get the proportions right, but I think I've done an okay job, because like these roads, because I want there to be parking, because there's parking in real life, and like when I add houses, people should have somewhere to park. I had to add parking to those roads, and I can't make the roads any smaller if they have to contain parking. So the roads are a little too wide, but then we're just gonna have to make a little a tinier park in the middle, or some smaller houses. So yeah, in a moment we should be done. Now we have finished up Havebovej, which I honestly think was actually easier than I thought, despite it taking quite a bit of time, because yeah, as I said, it's very hard to get this right. So I'm just gonna start placing down a few houses and hope I can get all of them in. I'm actually first gonna rename the roads. Okay, that should be it. Now we're ready to plop down some houses, and there we are. Now we have moved all these objects over here, so I'm just gonna find some of those to actually look like something that would be in this road. So I'm just gonna copy this house a few times down here. Hopefully it's gonna be in a few different colors, so it's not gonna be all look the same. Yeah, I might admit it's quite plain, but this is sadly how it looks. So yeah, we've placed a few more houses. This will probably take some time because I'm a perfectionist and I'm not actually used to doing these builds, so it's actually the first time I'm trying to recreate a real city. I've built a lot of Cities Skylines cities where I'm not like had to have any plan. I'm just building with my intuition and road hierarchy. I haven't actually recreated something yet, so this is the first time. So it might not be as pretty in the first episodes as you could hope for. Okay, I'm back again. I actually just found out that I could actually do this in a smarter way. I could just place these roads, which should allow for houses to spawn aside them, and it actually still looks, and actually are a lot smaller, so they fit more in size. You might not get the parking, but now like we can actually build houses, and I think pedestrians can walk alongside the roads instead of just walking on the road. Now we can place some more houses. Finished like Havebovej itself. Oh, I actually lost the street name up here. I will change that in a minute. But then we have to like the little side street to Havebovej called Tunet, and we'll finish that, and then we can start building our way down towards the end. Now we are somewhere part Tunet. We actually added a little extra lane, which again we're gonna just call Tunet. There we go. And that means that we only need to like build around here, and then we need to throw in a few trees, and then we can move on to the next neighborhood. Now we should have finished up Havebovej and Tunet, and that means we just have to do a little bit of detailing, so we actually can this place look like not just a plain with some buildings on it, but like an actual neighborhood. So I'm just gonna try and replicate what's actually there in reality, which isn't actually that impressive now that I think about it. But yeah, I can see if I can make it look good anyways. And now's a good example of what happens when you start placing trees with anarchy on. You end up with trees a lot of funny places where they probably shouldn't be. So yeah, that's a good tip. Don't have anarchy on when you're trying to place anything tree related when you're actually using a brush. Like single trees are okay because then you can like put them down very accurately, but with a brush it's just gonna be a big problem. Okay, that should pretty much, we just place this one surface with grass, then we should probably be done with Havebovej and Tunet, which means we can move on to the next neighborhood, which in our case is gonna be nothing less than Akelejevej. And now again, just like we did at Havebovej, we're going to lay down the roads. As you can see, we laid the road network down. It's a bit less complicated than Havebovej, and I'm thankful for that, because even though I said it wasn't that hard, it still took a lot of time. I'm just gonna rename the streets, so once again we'll have to place a lot of houses. Okay, I hope they're gonna get picked up, else I will have to like cheese the game a bit and place some kind of infrastructure quite far away, because like I've tried to go into city policies and okay, I actually forgot to check this one. I thought I had checked the import city services, so that means now, before there wouldn't actually come ambulances and hearses from other cities to pick up the dead and people who have got hurt, but now that I've enabled it, I hope they will start to like flood some ambulances and other stuff into the city. Yeah, perfect. You can see here. Here's the first hearse, and it has come Profile, which is another city that is south from here. And it'll come to pick up the dead, which is very important. I thought it already did that, but I haven't enabled it, so now they're all coming and solving my problems. And we're back in my city again. What we just experienced was a crash of the game, which is not that uncommon, sadly, because like I have a lot of mods installed, so that makes a lot of sense. But luckily I have an autosave for a few minutes back, so we didn't really lose anything. So I'm just gonna get some power through here, and then we will start building some houses. So as you can see, I just added some parking, so we actually can have the cars park other places if they like have multiple cars which can't fit in their driveway, or they have guests. So finishing this up, we can actually see that now we have actually had our hearse symbols removed, which means the people who was fortunate enough to pass away here was able to be sent to a cemetery or crematorium somewhere outside of the city, which means that we have all the city services working as they should. Yeah, okay, I don't really know why there are hearses beneath the map. Yeah, okay, it seems like they don't want to use my very nice motorway I've built for them, so they're just gonna drive beneath the map because that's what they want to do. So that's fair enough. I'm not gonna argue with that. Enough with the distractions. We have to finish this up. And I think we have all the houses placed down now, so now just like we did with Havebovej, we have these two small areas, two small parks that we're gonna make. They're actually not gonna function as parks, they are purely aesthetical, but I think they're gonna be fine. So yeah, we're gonna place some surfaces, some trees, and then we're gonna move on to our next intersection, which is called Violvej. And it just started to rain, which is somewhat annoying, but yeah, I don't think I have a mod installed for actually changing the weather at the moment. So in the next episode, I promise I will have it fixed. Okay, it's actually raining from a clear sky. just clearing up some landscaping here because we actually have to have a tiny little path meandering over here. While I remember it, I'm actually going to, first of all, rename the street to Akelejevej. There we are, and then I'm gonna create a pedestrian path which is gonna just go through here and then connect it up with these roads, and then we will. Evidently, I think we actually will be done with Akelejevej and Havebovej, because this is the one that actually links them up. We've linked up the two areas now. Good to see people actually using our parking we made for them. But yeah, they're also using the driveway. We actually have a population up to 145, so like people are actually living here despite not having jobs to actually afford living there. But yeah, we can't have everything in life right. We're gonna move on to Violvej, but before we do that, we actually have to build some infrastructure, which I think the people around here will be very happy for, because we are going to build a kindergarten. But we don't actually have a kindergarten, so we're just gonna place down a school. First we're gonna make the parking lot. I think we're gonna have to make a custom parking lot if you don't have one that actually fits. Okay, so we just about have to. By first sight, it doesn't look very good, I admit it. And to actually make the parking lot look good, we're actually gonna put a surface down beneath it. This should probably be it. It's a decent parking lot. This is actually, I think, a very good use for the custom parking lot, because like there's no other parking lots in the game that like could have that certain shape. You can see this one is too small. This one is, yeah, you might actually be able to get away with this, but like in reality it's actually lined up like this. So that's how we do it. In reality it doesn't look like this at all. It's just another paved road, just like the one we actually wanted down here, but we want the zoning so we can actually place our school. So that's what we're gonna do now. Yeah, we need to modify this slightly because the building does not like it one bit. So I think what the other problem was, we didn't have the shoulder, so it's gonna make it 1 meter larger, I think. But I actually like when the lighting is in the side of the road. Hopefully our pedestrians can actually access this facility. I can just check. Yeah, you can see I think they're able to actually, where you can like park in your car and then you can like walk over here. Just gonna bring some utilities. This one should be operational, and people will be very happy about it. In reality, it's 4 smaller buildings where like there's kindergartens and all of that stuff, but like there's not that in the game, so we're just gonna place one massive elementary school. We're encroaching on a beautiful hill, so we're just gonna move it. We can actually make another connection, because in real life there's actually a bike path that goes from here and then down in the tunnel, but it also goes down and then it goes over here, so it connects up with this one. So I'll try to make this now. this one should be operational and cars should come park here. Let's see if there's anybody going to a school yet. No, because we don't have any employees, which I don't know why we don't. I don't know if this one works, that's the thing. So it should work now at least, so we'll see. And yeah, okay, I think that solved it, because you can see we have gotten a few employees now. Only 3 out of 15, 4 out of 15, so I think that that little path, it actually made it happen. You can see we're getting, this is the only place you actually can get a job, so it should be quite popular. But yeah, before we do that, I think we're actually gonna move on to actually building Violvej. Just as I started building, you can see it is winter now. Just took a quick look at maps, and when I came back, it makes it a bit harder to actually see what you're doing. But yeah, it snows in Denmark, so yeah, I guess that's realistic. So okay, the road is down now, and we actually have to place some medium density here. Okay, after thinking about it, I actually decided that I'm not going to place row housing, because nothing was like below 3 stories, and we only wanted it ground floor. So I'm just gonna find some assets that like can be put together somewhat, and then just remove everything but the house, so it kind of looks like the real thing. I don't know if you can see it here, but like, I've basically taken 2 normal houses, just removed everything. I'm gonna place a surface later. I'm gonna have to make 8 of these, because we're gonna have 4 here and we're gonna have 4 here, just like in real life. Okay, so we have the first unit ready here, so I just have to place the next one. As you can see, we actually lost one of our assets, because I think I turned anarchy off and did some stuff, so... Okay, that should be fine. So yes, okay, we're actually quite a long way now. We have to make Violvej and then Cypresvej. And then we're finished for today. Just have to call the rest of the roads Violvej, and then we're actually finished with Violvej. Just like with Akelejevej, we have to place down a few trees, and we should be good to go. That's it. On to Cypresvej then. we have the roads built out now, so I'm really happy for that. But actually, now that I think about it, we just like we did at Akelejevej and Havebovej, we actually have to add some places where you can actually park. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that now. Pretty much it. I just have to connect the path down here. We have a bike network working now. I'll put down a surface here. To wrap this up, I think I would like to add the fire station down here so we actually have some fire coverage. So. Just add some trees here. We've now built the neighborhoods, we've built a kindergarten/school, we built a firehouse, and I think we will round it all up with a city tour. I'd like to thank you for watching. This was my first time recreating a real city. I think recording this video was a blast and was very happy to return to editing again. I have no idea when the next video is gonna come out because it requires a lot of time to make these kind of videos. You can, in the comments, you can share feedback if there's something I did good or something I done bad, and generally what I can improve on. And if you like the series, you can actually consider liking or even subscribing to show some support for what I'm doing. And then there's only left to wish you a pleasant day.